There are many mysteries in this world, many unexplainable, from space and the dark depths of the ocean. There are places we've never discovered and places that have remained secret for years. However, some of these secrets have been discovered and we don't often get what we're looking for. Sometimes it's much darker and more sinister. So today on Top 5 Scary Videos, I'm going to be counting down our list of the top 5 scary rooms that should have stayed hidden. Before we begin though, be sure to stick around until the end of the video where I'll be responding to some of your comments. And with that, let's jump in. Coming in at 5, secret crawl space. Ingo user 2Bite Brownie was subject to an awful discovery when he found a secret crawl space in his own home. One day he was playing around with his brother in their parents' bedroom and fell hard against a built-in bookshelf. To their surprise, it opened, revealing a hidden room with a scary spiral staircase that looked as though it belonged in a movie. The brothers then descended the stairs, which led them to a strange crawl space full of Halloween candy and a fresh-looking banana peel. I quote, "Someone was living in our walls. That is my Halloween candy. Someone came into my room, took from my bed and brought it back in here." 30 seconds after taking a picture, we realized what it meant and got the out of there. Now, the other items that were found included an elephant carving, a skeleton key, and some creepy looking dolls. Using forensic science and observing the lack of supplies, the police determined the squatter was only living there temporarily. I mean, thank God, but that doesn't make the situation that much better. There were no other entrances to the secret room, meaning the person could only gain access to it via the parents' bedroom. That is absolutely horrifying. To make matters worse, police never found the person, so the parents boarded up the room as a precaution. I mean, I would have moved, but you do you. Coming in at 4, secret squatter. A few years back at Ohio State University, a few students were left frightened when they discovered the source of some strange noises coming from a door in their home. At night, cupboards would open and close on their own, and the food was constantly going missing. So, like any sane person, they chalked it up to a ghost and believed the accommodation they were staying in was haunted. However, they were wrong when they discovered their ghostly roommate was actually a man living in a secret room in their basement. When they moved in, they assumed the secret room was a maintenance cupboard, but after forcing the door open, they discovered a small room with a double bed, framed photographs, and even textbooks. After discovering that someone had been living under their roof free of charge, the students quickly changed the locks and left a note on the door, advising the stranger that he wasn't free to stay in their home. I mean, it is a little weird, isn't it? Turns out the squatter's name was Jeremy. Jeremy was using the basement sink to wash his clothes and apparently gained access to the house via his cousin, who was a previous resident, and then just chose not to leave. Thankfully, the students had no hard feelings towards Jeremy. I quote, "I feel bad for him. It's just he wasn't supposed to be living there. It's funny now, but it potentially could have been extremely dangerous given some random guy had a key to our house. Yes, it's 100% weird. I would be less kind if I found out someone was living in my apartment with me. Horrible." Coming in at 3, secret castle. Now, I'm stretching the definition of rooms here and bringing you not just one secret room, but an entire secret castle. Yeah, it's your lucky day. Robert Fiddler dreamt of building a Tudor-style castle with a rampart, cannon, turrets, and an entertainment center for his family, which I assume includes jousting? I don't know. According to Robert, it was his high right as an Englishman to build the secret castle. However, the land was unfortunately zoned for industrial purposes, and Robert couldn't attain the necessary permissions. So, what did he do? He decided to build it anyway and somehow hid the entire construction process behind the 40 feet high haystack surrounding the property. The construction was completed in just 2 years, and he and his family lived there in secret for over 4 years, with no incidents from his neighbors or even the government. However, in time, Robert tried to apply for a certificate of lawfulness, reasoning that since the home had been there for 4 years without any complaints, it would be granted to him because of a statute of limitations loophole. This guy is sneaky. I'm not sure if I like Robert, but I sure do respect him. And for the first time after 4 years, he pulled down the haystacks to unveil his home. Word very quickly got out and the local council came over for scones and tea. Honestly, it doesn't get more British than that. However, that would have been the dream, right? Scones and tea? That's not what happened though. The council came over, hated everything Robert had done, and in turn the secret castle got demolished. Sucks to be Robert. Don't build a secret castle, you fool. Coming in at 2, Dunedin. Dunedin is the Aspen home of Broadband Software co-founder Doug Carlston. Now, from the outside, Dunedin looks pretty much like an ordinary log cabin. However, inside it has a staggering 1,700 feet of secret passageways, nearly 6 football fields worth. Now, for most gamers, they will know that Doug Carlston was responsible responsible for the successful puzzle adventure game Myst. In the game, players are told that a special book has caused them to travel to Myst Island. Fun times. Now, Doug's home reflected his personality as a gaming giant, with its innocuous filing cabinets concealing doors and dresser drawers that serve as passageways to other rooms. To add to the craziness, the bottom of the home is a labyrinth of eerie catacombs full of treasure. Now, things get a little creepier here though. In Dunedin, there is something called the Room of Doom, where guests are urged to stand on a rocky ledge behind a waterfall. There are just two ways out of the room: swim through a chute or jump through the waterfall, and you hope you land in the swimming pool below. Absolutely terrifying. And finally, coming in at number 1, the Murder Castle. Back in 1889, Herman W. Mudgett built a hotel in Chicago in anticipation for the huge tourist boom that would occur with the upcoming 1893 World's Fair. However, instead of a standard hotel, Mudgett built a funhouse, but not in the general sense. This one had trapdoors, hidden stairways, and surprise chutes to the basement. It turned out that Mudgett was the real name of H.H. Holmes, America's first famous serial killer, who used the upper floors of his hotel in order to torture and kill hundreds of people in Chicago, most of whom were women and tourists. Eventually, things became unstuck for the killer, and he was in turn forced to confess to his crimes. He was then executed. When police raided the murder castle, they discovered secret windowless rooms, false floors, rooms with no escape from the inside, and even soundproof bedrooms and gas chambers. Shortly after Holmes' capture, the murder castle was burned down and a post office was built on the site in 1938. Still stands today and is definitely haunted. You should check it out. Well, there we have it. Do you guys agree with our list? Were there any scary rooms that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below, and perhaps we can do a part 2. Before I go though, I just want to respond to a few comments from one of our last videos. Top 5 scariest aquatic SCP monsters you need to read about. Adam Jenk said, "Don't submerge Lucy in any liquid. Also, don't expose her to bright lights and don't feed her after midnight." These are all facts. If you do these things, I'll come for you. Just like the gremlins. Rugged Walnut said, "The Dark Queen trying to trick us into focusing on the cute hat so she can steal our souls. And of course, I vote for Lucifer's." Shh. Don't give away my secrets. Justin Graves said, "This is one of my favorite YouTube channels. Good to know that there are people out there who love horror as much as I do." Aw, thank you. I'm glad you're loving the channel. And on that note, if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another scary vid. And until next time, see you later. I was on a roll as well. I was going so hard. This guy is sneaky and I respect that. That would occur with the upcoming 89. That would occur with the been on a real roll. I'm doing really well. Doing so good. So you never miss another